All right, I'm back again. So, the weekend box office number is still being calculated, but it has been updated. And as you can see from the numbers, Mufasa has won the weekend box office again. So, now, what happened was this number right here was lower than what they first expected on Sunday. So, their Sunday number was lower. Let's look at it here. This number was just 400,000, I believe. One of these numbers was less. It could have been Friday. I have to check the video again, but it's either Friday or Sunday. But from what I see, the number went up. As I said it would, because that's what always happens. The weekend calculation is not going to come in uh, all at once. But what happens is the weekend calendar not gonna come in day by day. But what happens is they during the weekend they also calculating international numbers, which is weird. So what happened is they get the international numbers in around that Friday and they start calculating Saturday, Sunday, and everything. They put it all together, and it's so coming from so many places that it take days because they have to check what they had in this place. They have to double check it. They have to go over that because that place they send the numbers. They send their numbers probably once or twice a week. So when they get it, they can finally update it. That's why when you look at international box office here or here, the numbers they stay similar throughout the whole week because they only get the one. But if you go like this is something I do. I will go on their number. I let's say I do it here. I'll go here. Then I will go here. And then I will click on this to see what their number is and what is different from here. Because sometimes this number may be fully updated, but it's not showing up here. So you understand? And now let's go over the what happened. So what happened here the is either Sunday. My guess is Sunday or Friday. I have to go over the video again. The numbers were lower here one of these days, Sunday or Friday. I have to go. It could be Saturday. It could be Saturday as well. But the total number here on the weekend, this is just the weekend, did not change with the holiday week. So this number, this is yesterday. This is all from yesterday. The numbers here did not change. What happened was they updated them. They calculated, brought in some more calculations, and now you can, as you can see, yesterday, when Foster was in number two spot, it was like roughly 100 million less, but now it has been updated and now 100 million more, and it's going to be updated more again. Every time I say this, Sonic fans get so upset and try to say, "Oh no, Mufasa haven't made profits." Blah blah. Let me tell you how I know Mufasa made profit. There's been a misnomer for a while that domestic theater take a 40% cut. No domestic theater take a 40% cut. Not a single one. Here's what actually happens at this. From the start, first day of the movie. From that start, domestic theaters can take anywhere from a 0% cut of ticket sales to 20%, up as high as 20%. But on average, they take 15% of ticket sales. They do not take 40%. Not even internationally they take that. That's a misnomer. That's a lie. That's something that people said that's never been true. If you ever actually work in theaters, you know you don't really get 40%. Even AMD do not get 40%. What actually happens is first 2 to 4 weeks, the studios, the distributors, they get up to 100% of ticket sales. During that time, movie theaters make their profit off concession stands and other amenities at the theaters. Like if they have an arcade, they can make it profits from there, and so on. You'd be surprised how much they're making profits for those things too. They also making profit. Like you see those buckets and stuff that theaters get. They have a contract with the studios to license and make those buckets and sell it at their concession stand. They literally the studio gives had clear them the studio the whoever have the IP rights to the movies and everything IP not IP no yeah IP international property or whatever. To those things, they clear that with the studio and give them buckets. Like with Deadpool, Deadpool had a controller. Was it a PlayStation 2 control? They had to clear that with the studios to even make and sell those controllers. So if you think, oh, they don't make anything from any of that, blah, again, theaters, majority of theaters, they make their profits from concession and all other amenities. They do not get a huge chunk of ticket sales. Even AMD do not, and they make up to 20%. Some can negotiate up to 20%, but on average, it's around 50% of ticket sales go to theirs, and that is after 2 to 4 weeks. It's never just at the start. Again, the first up to the first 2 weeks, 100% of the ticket sales is going to the studio. Because that's when most people are going. You think the majority of people are going to go see, but it also could be up to the first month where they get 100% of ticket sales, depending on the movie. With Disney, I'm guaranteed is for Disney, it's going to be up to the first month where they get 1% ticket sales. But with a lot of these studios, it can be up to the first month. With smaller studios, they might get up to the first 2 weeks. They might get over that. But the bigger studios, they're going to get their money back first before theaters get any cut of ticket sales. That's why this how contracts work with studio and theater. If you think they get 40%, you're lying. Okay, you can look it up. I looked it up. You type it in how much ticket sales, blah blah. You will see AI will say it's 40%. That's a lie. You have to know how to even use AI. You type in uh uh you look up the actual numbers, you'll see movie theater get up to 20%, and that is after 2 to 4 weeks. That's how it's always been. That's how it's going to constantly be. Because if you look at the what happened for the pandemic, a lot of people stopped, less people was going to the movies. The studio didn't lose any profits, any major profits, because they just swap over their stuff. The movie theater did, because the movie theater need the movies to actually show. They can show other stuff at the movie theater, but guess what? None of that is going to matter if they don't get enough people to show up and in there. Okay, let's get out of the way. Now, if you look at the domestic, this is domestic. Mufasa made nearly what Mufasa clearly made over 300, 3,000. Sorry, not 300. 3,000, over 3,000 more than Sonic 3 this weekend. And again, this is not including Mondays box off because Monday is a holiday domestic. So today is a holiday for domestic. As you can see, this is just the weekend numbers. As you can see here, just the weekend number up to the 19th. And Sonic is in fourth place. Mufasa is in first. Let me double check this. Yeah, Mufasa Sonic's in fourth. Sonic 3 is in fourth. Mufasa is in first. You can look at every day. Mufasa Saturday, Monday, Mufasa is in first. These numbers are still being calculated. They're not fully in, but Mufasa in first. But if we go these days, Mufasa in first by a lot. Oh yeah, over a million on Sonic. Here, Mufasa has again over a million, like a million and a half, almost a million and a half over Sonic. And then we go to Friday. That's when these two movies came out. But if you look here again, almost a million here as well. We can even do Thursday. Mufasa has like Sonic's in third place. Mufasa have 300 almost 300,000 more than Sonic on the week. These numbers haven't been calculated into these numbers. That's why I'm showing it. These numbers here are not into these numbers here. This is just the weekend number up to here, like I show it here. So Mufasa is number one. One of the one of those one of them days. Wolfman, then Sonic, then the Thieves. Those are the top four. Now, let's go into Sonic and Mufasa because I'm gonna give Moana its praise because it deserves it. It hit over a million. But there's a good chance I'm gonna do that at the end. I'm just stating that now. Also, if you look at this, you look at Sonic and like, oh, Sonic is better. Yeah, even Moana beats Sonic. Mufasa, can Mufasa game up to Moana? Don't know. It's possible. The way the number is going, it's going to. So, and the winner is Mufasa, no matter what Sonic fans what. And they're not even full Sonic fans. That they Sonic wannabe fans. They only fans of the Sonic movie, not the Sonic game or anything. It just, and I hate that. You half-ass fans. So we look at the numbers. As you can see, over the past weekend, Mufasa has gained 15 million. Damn, it's jumped. It just jumped. It gained 15 million over the past week domestically. So all of this. So, yeah, all of this to here. Domestically, it just jumped 15 million over the past week. Domestic. Mind you, this is also including today's number in. But if you look at it without today's number, this is what it made as of Sunday. Again, these are not fully calculated, but so far this is going to be around this. This can jump up to 6. If this jump up to 6, this is going to jump up to 10. So if this jump up to 10, we can look at it. Look, again, people are like, "Oh, Mufasa didn't have a big of opening." Okay, we can use these numbers and see that Mufasa didn't have a big of domestic open as Sonic. I can give Sonic the domestic open win. That's it. But that's all I can give Sonic. Because look, after the domestic opening, like After that, you can see the numbers, right? After the domestic open, up to the 26th, 27. Let's look at 27. Then you look at 28. You see how slowly domestically. If you look at these numbers every week domestically, Mufasa has slowly been gaining more every week domestically, every day domestically than Sonic outside their opening week. Yeah, that's it. Outside the opening weekend, Mufasa has slowly been gaining on Sonic every week, every day. So Sonic had a big jump on Saturday. That's it. No, no. Started out strong Thursday. They had a bigger lead on, was it Sunday? Oh no, yeah, I'm on Sonic. Sonic started out, had a big lead, and had a big lead on Saturday and Sunday compared to Mufasa. But after that, started to see Sonic slowly started to shrink. Like here, look how close he is for Tuesday. You see how it shrunk, and then Wednesday, what happened on Wednesday? Look what happened. What happened to Sonic on Wednesday? Mufasa beat Sonic that first Wednesday, which was a holiday. Ever since then, you can see Sonic has been struggling to stay above Mufasa. Has been struggling to stay above Mufasa every day. Like it kept being close. It started out strong. I'm not gonna take this away from them. And then the first holiday, it just dropped down to third and hit second. And during those 2 days, Mufasa was first. It came back, clawed back to number one. Then the next day, after those 2 days, Mufasa came in first. And then from here on out, it dropped down to number. It came back number one. Mufasa was still in second. And then after that, look at what happened. Sonic dropped down to two, then three, then five. And then it came back up to three. But look, it's down to five here. Mufasa was after that opening salvo, after going back and forth for this opening 2 weeks, Mufasa just hit number one and stayed at number then two, then one, then two, then one, then two, and now it dropped to three on because two movements open up, and now it's back to number one. Can't say the same thing about Sonic. It dropped down to five, now it's back at number three. After the first back and forth here, it's just been a slaughter for Sonic. So no matter what Sonic fans say, you can say Sonic's a better movie. That's your opinion. I'm going based on the actual data and box office. I can give Sonic this. I can give Sonic held out for here. I can give them that. It wasn't even 2 4 weeks. It's a week and a half. I can give them that. Y'all held out for a week and a half. Y'all did have some losing days during that. You had 3 losing days that week. So overall, total what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So yeah, a week and a half. But after that, oh, 2 weeks of just taking L's. Two weeks of just taking L's to Mufasa. Then another week, 2 weeks, going on 2 weeks now of taking L's from literally three other movies. Like another movie just came out and doing better than Sonic. So this is why I keep telling people, Mufasa and Disney movies have staying power. The number you can see it for yourself. I can even pull up another movie. Where is it? I can go here. Look, Moana was number one and two for so long. It dropped down. It finally dropped down to four here, and then jumped to three. But you got look how far down it is. November, December, like you December, and still hold out, and then jump to number three for a few days. and down and up, down and up. It even dropped to 8, but it jumped up to number 4 this today. And it's steady held it held steady every weekend. Every weekend you see it coming back. This is what a solid branding can do for you. Like like Sonic 3 had a good strong opening. I can give it that. It had a strong opening. But staying power it's not gonna beat Mufasa. It's just not. And this is why I tell people when you look at people are like, well, look at the domestic box office numbers. Okay, let's again. I have to do this math for Sonic fans. This is Sonic number. This is what Sonic opened up the first weekend. This is what Mufasa opened up the first week. Let's let's look at the difference. Almost 25 million. First weekend, 25 million. Now let's look at what it is now. I'm going to even refresh it to make sure it's up to date. I even going to refresh it to make sure the numbers is up to date. You see, it's nearly 25 million over. Let's look at what it is now. That graph Sonic. And these numbers are not fully up to date, but these are the latest number we have. Let's look at what it is now. Just 9 million. Just over 9 million. That means Mufasa has gained every week by roughly 4 million every week. Sometimes, like it start out, say the average is around 4.4, somewhere around that every week. So it started out at like two something, 2, 3 million, then jump up to 3, 4 million the next week, somewhere around that, in the middle of 3 and 4 million. And then last week, it was like this past week that just passed, it was like between 4 and 5 million, something like that. I can do the math on the weekend numbers, but that's what it is. And every week, it's slowly like we make 1 million more every week. So the average around 4.4. And based on that, no, these numbers this weekend with the box office and everything, and we seeing the weekend numbers come in right now with all of this and the next week, Mufasa can easily make 5 million more than Sonic with everything. That means this number go down by 5 million. No, oh come on. This is why I lose a lot of time. But for some reason, it show me that right there, but it won't come up. So this is what Sonic Lee is gonna be probably by next week. If Mufasa does, if Sonic 3 get pulled tomorrow like they are planning on doing, this is what is gonna be roughly this next week, and then a week after that or midway during next week, Mufasa's are gonna take the lead. So all of that about Sonic is winning domestically, or Sonic fan wants you to think Sonic won domestic. Like, oh, Sonic won. It won domestically. I'm showing you that Mufasa has slowly been gaining on Sonic domestically, and it's not even a joke. Not even close. I'm not. I am going into this neutral. I'm not a Mufasa fan. I'm not a Lion King fan. Technically, I'm a fan of both franchise, but I'm going this as neutral as possible. I'm not using my fandom or whoever I like either way. I'm going in as neutral as possible. I'm just looking at the numbers, and the numbers show this. Now, another thing. This is what it possibly could be next week if the numbers hold up the way it been. So Let me look at these numbers because these numbers I don't think has calculated. No, they haven't calculated this today's number in yet. So they don't have when the number is. So here you can see a slight difference here because you have 9 here, you have 18 here. These are the number here. You have 16 here, you have 15 here, 5 here. So you see a roughly 200 million difference. Oh, roughly 200 million difference between what they have for Sonic and Mufasa here and what they have for Sonic and Mufasa here. So here, without Monday's numbers, you see Mufasa is down by 11. See? Nope, 10 and a half. Roughly 10 and a half. He's down by 10 and a half. And as I just showing you from the updated number, that went from 10 and a half to just over 9. So that's roughly a 1.5 million jump in just one day. That's that's how much Mufasa made over Sonic in a one day. And we can check that by going here and look at the totals. What is the total here? 3.8 and 4.4 or 2.4. And what is that? 1.4 million difference. So roughly a 1.5 million difference for just this one day. Now we can do it for the next day before. It's 4. Oh shoot, this is not even line up. So that's already 1, and that'll be 2, 1. So 112. So 1.112. If I second guess myself or I sound like I'm questioning, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. So yeah, 112 in. 1.12 million. Just put it like that. So another million lead. Here 5 again. This is 1. 1.1. And here you see again. Mufasa is gaining a million on Sonic every day. A million. So that 9 million lead, as of today, that 9 million lead can go if these number okay, these are I'm using weekend numbers. If the week numbers was also like this, then that 9 million go to 9. Tuesday is 8. Wednesday is 7. Thursday is 6. And then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, that go up by 2. So 6 on Friday. It's 6 by Friday. For Friday numbers come in, they go from 6 to 4. The Saturday number that go from 4 to 2. The Sunday number that go from uh 2 to nearly even. That's why I'm saying if the numbers held steady as it does during the weekend, that would go down by 1 every day during the week, and then the weekend it would go down by 2. But the weekdays number is go down by 0.5. So you have 2 days. That's 2 days is a million. So it'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. That's another million. Thursday and maybe Friday. Like that could be another million. to 1.5 million for Friday because Friday is always the weekend. Weekend numbers are get a major boost. So the 2 days is going to be 1 million more for Mufasa. Then Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, that could be 1 million to 1.5 million more for Mufasa. So that 9 go down 8, 7.5. And then you have to look at Sunday. That's another 1.5 million up to another 1.5 million. So it goes from 7.5 to 6, then 6.5. Then Sunday another 1.5 million. So 6.5. It's already 6.5. Then go down to 5, 5.5, 4. So again, by next week, the highest I can give it next week. If Sonic get pulled to from a lot of the dealers, that number, that split is gonna increase because a lot of the people who want to see Sonic and was just pulled from theater gonna go and see Mufasa. I'm not gonna say everybody, but majority. There's a majority, and then that's number for Mufasa is gonna increase. There's two ways for it to happen. If the number held steady, the weekend number held steady throughout the week, then that's giving Mufasa lead by Sunday, Monday next week. If if Sonic get pulled the other way is if Sonic get pulled from theaters, and a lot of people who want to see Sonic at theaters going to see Mufasa because they're already there. I'm not gonna say the majority, but that's the two-way Mufasa can take the lead from Sonic. If Sonic start getting pulled from a lot of theaters, which they say is gonna go additional tomorrow, so that's a good chance that's gonna happen. And that will hold up with what I did for prediction because I said Sonic One was full after a week and a half from a lot of theaters, so they was only out on average in theaters for 2.5 weeks or 4.5. Yeah, was it 4.5 weeks? Yeah, 4.5 weeks. Meanwhile, Mufasa, Moana, Deadpool, basically every Disney movie is staying there on average 8.5 weeks, around roughly around that. We can look at Moana again. It came out in November. End of November. It's it's the end of January. It's almost the end of January. It's been in theaters for nearly 8 weeks. 8 weeks here. Like, look, it's been out in theater near like 8 weeks, and they just started pulling from a majority of theater, as I can show you here. Like, you can see how many theater has been pulled from here. 42, 42, 42. Then it get pulled from 200 here. After what is that? Almost his first month. Then another 400 here. Another 400 here. Then what? One little 5 days, little under a week, to get pulled from another 190. Then even from here, another 5. You see how slowly they getting pulled. Now it's under 2, and it hit his billion. They can pull it right now. They can pull it in the next few days if they want. By Friday, this could be taken out from a majority of theaters by Friday. It's going not. It's going to be in there for maybe another month in some theaters, but that's what happens. The theaters that open up with it up here are the first ones to start pulling. But they have a contract for 2.5 months or a month or something like that. And then they see the drop like this, and then you see like theaters that had that like theaters that put it in here gonna start taking out around here. Some of the theaters took out around here, but After the first 3 weeks, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, that's when they start getting pulled. That's how it always been. It's not. It's not theaters keep it in all the way through, and then the last day they all put it together. That's not how it is. Like, you want proof of that? I always I'm gonna show you. Nope, I don't want to hit the wrong one. Keep hitting the wrong one. Also, give you. Here's another thing. Look how Mufasa predecessors did. It was number one overall in a lot of places. See if I can pull it up. See here. But same thing happened here. Then it started. It what? It's added more theaters. Then after that, a huge chunk of like it had. Oh, what is this? Just over a week? No, yeah, a week where it was in the most theaters. A week here, and then it started getting pulled. The ones that started up here, it started getting pulled. Not mine. There's another thing. Even though it say these theater, it can go from one to another theater, and this number will stay steady. Then start getting pulled. And when I say get pulled, I don't mean when I say there's movie theaters, there's the actual cinemas and stuff, and then there's the screens. So you can have it at the same movie theater or multiple screen, and that'll count as a theater screen. And then start getting pulled for them. And then start getting pulled from the cinema altogether, all the way down here. See how it start dropping off, and then even down here, it's still in 100,000. And look how far away from that we are. Like 20, 24 weeks. Look how far away. First month from July the 19th to August 19th. That's the first one. We just entered the second month for Sonic and Mufasa. And look how more it has after that. After this. Right here. Look how much more. Page after page after page. Look, it came out in July and didn't leave theaters the last 55 theaters until December. That's almost 6 full months. Well, if you look at Sonic ones, it came out in like you can go Sonic ones. Do one first. Sometimes I want to go to Mesa and don't. Now let's look how long Sonic was in theater. Okay, February the 14th. March 14 is here. Now let's let's go down and see how many days it was still in, and that's it. This is the first month, and this is not the first. This is not a 30 days month too. This is a 29 days February. Well, I'm giving it the first full month going based on 14 to the 14th, and then after that it was full. Let's oh, I'm gonna go back because I'm already on it. Let's do Sonic 2 domestic 8th of April. We'll go to 8th of May. Gonna highlight 8th of May. I'm gonna scroll down. Let's look at how many pages left. One for a page, two, three, just over three. So it came out in April, May, June, July. That's April, beginning of April. So I'm gonna give it April, May. That's 2 months already here. It's going the first month, but it's going the first full month, but it's the second month out. So a half May. Then June, 8. That's 3 months here. Did it make July date? No. So just under 4 months. So it literally was one day away from being 4 months domestic. Now, mind you, again, these are months. So there's months with 30 days and months with 31 days. You don't know how much work this. Only 2 months in a row, I think, is 31. I think it's July and August. Most holidays go 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31. And except for February, which go 28, 28, 28, 29. And that's because the way the Earth rotate, we actually every actual New Year's is 30. Was it roughly 365.25? So 365 and 6 hours. It's a full rotation. Sorry, not point. Yeah, no, yeah, 0.25. So 365 and 6 hours. So the New Year, a full rotation is start at is at 6 a.m. on the first. So again, this is why there's no denying. We can go to let's look at Deadpool. We want to do Deadpool. I already did Moana. Inside Out is another Disney movie. Domestically, look how long Deadpool was out. Again, this is how I said Mufasa is going to win. July, August. This is first, end of July. So not gonna give it if it come out to be a full month. So July, August, September. That's already 3 months. October. That's 4 months. November, a month and a half. So it was out 4.5 months. Another Disney movie. Didn't know. This is another Disney movie here. We can go to the domestic box office. Mid May, mid June, mid July. Oh, let me do it 14. Mid July, mid August. Already 3 months. Mid September. We go in the fourth month. We're gonna make it mid October. Almost mid October. So nearly 4 months. So what is that? 4 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. So almost 5 months. Right? This is why I keep telling you Sonic is gonna lose some Mufasa regardless domestically. Every single. I'm sorry. Wait, is this Sonic 2? Yeah, I did Sonic 2. But look, let's see where the numbers are from theater to theater for Sonic. Three, roughly around here. This is roughly around roughly gonna give them the best possible number. 3, 3, up 3, 6. So, I guess I have. I I would give them up to here, but then that would be unfair because it's not exactly same number. So 3. I I have to give them from here. So maybe the 25th. Sorry, maybe the 12th to by the 12th. 1 month. 5, 12. Yeah, it's not again. It's about to get pulled. Start getting pulled. So they have maybe another full month as some of the beginning theaters at most. But it's like you can see it started to get pulled sooner and sooner. And then by here, Mufasa, this is the O line, this is the O line key. The O line king. So that will be the end of this. In not sorry for this. The end of this will be around here for Lion King. That's roughly halfway. It'll be around here, maybe down here. But it's roughly halfway between how long Mufasa is going to be in theaters. Because again, as I shown, multiple Disney movies from last year was out way longer than Sonic. 1 and 2, and possibly 3. So, lastly, as I said earlier, Moana did break its $1 million box office. Congratulations to Moana 2. It basically, I think it doubled its predecessor. So I can't really say anything bad about it. I mean, I have to rewatch one again. 'Cause I remember seeing it back then, but it's been so long. I remember the songs. What can I say except you're welcome? But I have to rewatch again to remember the story. But yeah, again, it's had a stronger start than both Sonic and Mufasa. This had a strong start, so I can give it that. I can give it that. It had a stronger start, but if you look at it, it fell off faster than both, but it had a stronger start. Now, mind you, even though it fell off faster than both, it still stays steady for longer than Sonic. It had held above Sonic. Or it was just a solid movie. It stayed in there for longer. It did better. So it had 1 million. So I have to give it that. This me, as I predicted. I say this a while when the first video and stuff. I I don't know if I say in the video, but I was going I as I said in a few last video, Sonic Disney had the top 3 spots in each of their movies made $1 million. Now, Mufasa has jumped up to 7. Sonic has jumped up to 13. Will it jump up to 12? It's a possibility. It's always that possibility. With everything that come in from international and domestically, it can jump up to 12. But after that, Can it jump up to 13? It's a possibility it can jump in here. Will it be in the top 10? No, I don't see it coming in the top 10. The way the numbers slow down, and with domestic weekend box office numbers like this, like 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 this, I'm doubling this for this weekend box office. Say double that. Let's say 16 internationally. Yeah, it's not enough to go from go what over 50 million down. Now, could it do that in the long run? It's possible. Do I think it will? Maybe if the international numbers get a boost up, but the way the international number looking, it's losing a 10 million every week, roughly 10 million every week. Because the week before is at it's roughly 10 million. I think the week before is at 30. Then this week international number went down to 23, so that's roughly 7. So between 7 and 10 is losing every week. And if we take another 7 from that, that's what? That's go from 23 to, no, yeah, 23 to 16. Let's just take another 7 from that. If taking 10 from that is going, again, it's a slice test. Going from 23 to 16 or 23 to 13 international. So total, it can make 21. It can make 21 this week, but then the next week, if it get pulled, that's going from 21 the next week to, yeah, that's 21 total, and make shit. If it make 4 million next week, or even 6 million domestically, and the 16, it's gonna make 10. So it's just gonna be. They could keep out longer. Mind you, they could keep out longer to jump here, but that's in the next weeks. That's roughly 40. That could be around 40 million total. Making next 2 weeks. So it, again, that can put it at that could put it at just over 50 million. I don't put it over 50 million, but will it make? Oh, sorry, let's put it over 450 million. I could put it over 450 million. Would it make 475, 480 million? That's hard to say. But again, if I do that for Sonic, I have to do that for Mufasa. Mufasa made 20. Oh, it's kind of hard to do Mufasa because the first week internationally it was in full international. For the first week international, okay. This is what happened. I can go here. Let me show you the international number. Uh, I can pull it up here. Uh, I'm gonna go here. If I can do it here, the national week. The total. There's a way to pull up the total numbers per week, but don't remember how to do it. Don't remember how to do this, and just always infuriate me because I do it once. I'm trying to remember how to do it again. Just for over the international weekend numbers, and I never remember. want the total international weekend number. I can never remember how to do it. I do it once. I like okay, I got it down, and then I go back to do it now, and I'm like, I can't remember how to do it. But look, number one, Mufasa, Wolfman. Mufasa, Den of Thieves. Mufasa, Den of Thieves. Mufasa, Den of Thieves. Mufasa. So people like, oh no, it's been dethroned. It lost 1 day here, 1 day here, 1 day here. It lost 4 days out of 20. So it had at least 60 days. You can't say it lost. But can't remember how to do it. But anyway, I'm done. That's just the facts. That's just the numbers. That's just the data. I'm not going in this either as a Sonic fan or a Lion King fan or a Mufasa fan or whatever. Not for Disney or Paramount. This is not either or. This is just the data. You're mad because I'm showing you the data, and you're saying, "Well, Mufasa is not making profit in it." Here's the thing: the total budget was around 200 million. The total estimated um, marketing, everything after pre-production costs was around 100 million. That's 300 million total. Movie theaters do not take 40%. They do not take they take around 20% again after 2 weeks. So after the first week or so, after the first 2 week, at the first 2 week minimum, Mufasa was already making profit. Because after you hit that 300 million, the first 2 weeks, that's all those ticket sales going to the studio. After that, the rest is profits. Understand? All of that is going to the store, then the movie theater is taken. So, first 2 weeks, Mufasa started making profits. After that, the rest going to the studio. Sonic spent from what I can tell, spent between 122 and 200 million. From what I can tell for Sonic 2, they spent roughly 7 to 100 million in after after production cost. That means if you take the high end, that's the same as Mufasa. So after 3 million for first 2 weeks, it didn't hit that first 2 weeks, hit that the third week. So but I'm gonna say after 3 million the first 2 weeks, and then after that it's just profit. If it on the low end, that's what 200 million. They hit that after the first 2 weeks. And again, and then after that it's just profits. So Sonic and Mufasa started making profits after the first 2 weeks. That's just facts. I'm not saying either one did more than the other. I'm just saying after the first 2 weeks, both of them are making profit. Now, if you look at the total profits overall, Mufasa has made more in profit than Sonic. Sonic has made profit, but nowhere near close to Mufasa. Now, if you look at the total over time, what's going to happen when Sonic get pulled, Mufasa is still going to be making profits. That's just how it works. Okay, I'm losing signal. I don't know why. I think probably cold snap is probably causing a problem with my signal. Anyway, I'm out. Later.